Well, Coach, this is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Breida. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Under 10, under 10, 10. Quick dash. Regular. Out. 5 wide. Check 52. Switch. Deuce. You go tight.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, let's go. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Let's go. Mike. 52. 53.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And going deep for Hill. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On the ground is Michel. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch safety 3. Watch safety
18. Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
right there, 56. I'm trying to collect.
He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You got nothing to there. You got nothing.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, Allen completes it to the tight end, Kittle. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. On first down, here's Breida. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, wahoo! 25, check 25, check 25, check 30, go!
Allen gonna throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, they run with Michel. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, Michel. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Good up, 180.
6, right there, 56.
Alert.
Now on 2nd and 13, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On third down, Michelle. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Breida. Shedding the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Jet bomber. Check 49. Check middle.
36.
Middle.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Switch.
Eddie Goldman on the stop. 1 yard gain.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run. Smooth.
Pass 85.
Allen. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Alert! Switch it. Sponge. Pass 85. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
They run with Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the screen.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
180. Right there. 56. Hey, 18.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Off the draw, here's Michel. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Here we go, let's bring it.
They'll run on first down. Michel. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. The 42-yard line.
Red, go. Check three.
And it's Michel once again. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Michel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, 39 yards as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try to get back to where you were to start.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
On first down, Michelle there to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Check.
Again, it's Michelle. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now he's forced out left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, hey. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now it's Trubisky. This is Miller, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Michelle running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 5 now. Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Cloud.
Mike 50.
Now watch run.
Mike 50.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He can run for it, and he will. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, Michelle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another first down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 6 yards away as the Bears push further out in front. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Brown now to kick it away. Five-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, Haywood. You draw Corker.
Five wide.
Allen now looks to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They run forward, Breida, and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Michel. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Michel. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this one is right through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing now is Allen. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Allen will try again on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, I-7.
Tight. Alert.
Let's go. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. It's caught by Davis. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the screen. Pass. And 58 is the Mike. Well, 58 is the Mike. Squeeze, double. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. I'm coming after you.
On play action, Allen. And going deep for Hill. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. An incomplete and excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw again, Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, dude.
Allen to throw once more. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Michelle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.